Art Rooney II just finished up a press conference talking about a job opening in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I just said those words. They're accurate.
Wow. It's crazy. Someone was talking about this. Whoever they hire will be the fourth Steelers head coach since the moon landing.
Since 1969.
The Raiders are currently paying 4 head coaches.
Yeah, they're on their they'll be on their 6th head coach since 2021. The Steelers have had soon to be 4 head coaches since the moon landing. That's correct.
It's like, man, oh man.
Yeah, we didn't stutter. These are all facts that we just mentioned.
Wild.
It just feels weird. You said, what's the number of days that Mike Tomlin was the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers? You had it down. You've now had it
6,900
plus.
Nice.
Plus. Yeah. 6,939 days.
That's insane.
And so for Art Rooney II to have a press conference and say, yeah, we've got a job opening around here, and this is the way it all went down, it just feels weird. Let's walk you through what he had to say again in an hour. Jerry Dulac, who's been covering the Steelers for decades, will join us with his 2 cents and what he knows about some of the behind the scenes. But this is the way the man in charge of the Pittsburgh Steelers described his reaction to what stunned all of us, that Mike Tomlin decided his time there was over after 19 seasons.
Well, it was his decision, and I will say that I wasn't shocked, but I wasn't expecting that conversation yesterday either. There were, when you get to this stage of a career, obviously he even mentioned it himself that he was nearer to the end than the beginning, and so, you could see that coming, and so as I say, I can't say that I was shocked. I was certainly willing to take another run at it next year with Mike, and that's what I was expecting to talk about yesterday, but obviously went in a different direction.
I'm wondering if he's referring to Tomlin saying closer to the end than the beginning. Was he saying his Pittsburgh tenure? Because he's a 53-year-old guy. 53 years. Somebody tenured 19 years in the National Football League, not a single time did he have a losing record in those 19 years. And in terms of, what he did over the last several years, I understand no Pittsburgh Steeler playoff wins, 5 of them actually in a row of double digits. That's tied for his first team in the NFL to have 5 playoff losses in a row of double digits. But Big Ben towards the end of his career, Kenny Pickett, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, you could make the argument the best quarterback he's had over the last few years was the guy he just had.
Yeah, couldn't get the quarterback right. I mean, look, Bill Cowher retired, left Pittsburgh at 49 and never returned.
I just don't see that, man. Again, it's just tough for me to see Tomlin sitting on a television studio set. Part of the outside noise that he's been tuning out for 19 years. Let me tell you my opinion on this coach. Let me tell you my opinion on that player. I just don't know. But he could probably pick and choose whatever the heck he wants to do in the media front if that's the way he wants to handle it. And it does appear that he will not be coaching in the upcoming year because that was the impression Art Rooney II was left with.
Mike indicated that he did not anticipate coaching, at least, in the near future. I think he wants to spend time with his family and do some of the kinds of things he hasn't been able to do for the last, many, many years. And so, if something like that comes up, we'll deal with it when it comes up. But right now, that doesn't seem to be on his radar.
2 years until a team can hire him without having to reach out to that man who just spoke and say, what do you want for Mike Tomlin's services? Again, we spoke to him 1 week ago today, right?
Yep.
1 week ago today. Did that sound like a guy that was closer to the end than the beginning?
Did not.
Did that sound like a guy that was uninterested? He was saying he loves the challenge every week.
You were the first person he had talked to that day.
That's what he said, because he was in the film room.
Yeah. Not first media person.
No, first actual
human being, yeah.
First human being.
So, but then again, I have no idea. He also said he wasn't thinking about it, and clearly he had to have been thinking about it, where it's just like, I'm walking off the field in Pittsburgh, and I'm done here. And as a matter of fact, I know I'm done here to the point where, sure, I might sleep on it, but the next day I'm going to meet with my players, and I'm going to tell Art Rooney II before all that we're done. In terms of who's next, this is something that I'm sure a lot of Steelers fans who are pleased that there's been a page turned from Mike Tomlin. They're going to hang their hats or their terrible towels on this one.
You know, right now I don't think that anybody on our staff is a candidate. Maybe a candidate to stay on the staff, you know, depending on what the new head coach wants to do, but probably not as a head coach.
That, again, is what so many Steelers fans that have been saying we need to move on from Tomlin. I mean, because I've heard from y'all, okay? I've heard from, honestly, I've received your messages, I've received your emails, I've received your messages through radio hosts in Western Pennsylvania that reach out to me saying you've got to come on and explain to our fans why you like Tomlin so much, why you think he should say that. Trust me, I've heard it all. And the one that does jump out that makes you go, is, you know, where's his coaching tree? Right? Who are the guys who have come? Like, you just take a look at the Rams. The number of people that Sean McVay has lost in coaching cycles from his staff, crazy. His current OC / passing coordinator and his current DC are on conversations this past week. So I hear you. I've heard all of that. And that is something that Steelers fans are like going to hang their hat on if they are happy that Tomlin's gone. And I'm still, at the end of the day, stunned about it and eager to see who's coming in next. And I'm not going to sit here and say they have no chance to be as successful as Tomlin. I think they have a great chance to be have the longevity as Tomlin because of who's in charge there. And I do think it is a jewel of a job to get, for sure. But fans who are basically saying, good thing that Tomlin's gone, will be like, he doesn't even have a successor on his staff. And Arthur Smith is going out for interviews for other head coaching jobs. Other teams are asking for him, but Art Rooney II clearly is not.
But wasn't Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, and Tomlin, they weren't on the staff. They were all outside guys, and they were all, in their mid-30s.
Well, Cowher is a Pittsburgh guy, and again, that's why I mentioned Cignetti. Mike McCarthy took tolls from people in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for many years. You want to go local? You got that. You want to go outside the system? I mentioned, again, Marcus Freeman. That's 2 college head coaches. I don't know. Jesse Minter is, again, another guy. Certainly, if you think that the Ravens are interested in him, maybe you want to pluck him. These are just names I'm throwing out. You want to go local or not? I don't know. But you're right. They have gone out of the system before, and they have not had a coaching search in 20 years, so they're going to take their time. Mm-hmm. And John Harbaugh is currently in the Giants facility as we speak. In terms of Rodgers coming back, I mentioned the soundbite before. We might as well play it. Art Rooney II was asked about Rodgers' future.
I mean, look, Aaron came here to play for Mike, so I think it will most likely affect his decision.
Certainly if they hire McCarthy, right? So it looks like, again, the Pittsburgh Steelers have a new head coach, a new quarterback, a new way of looking at things, a new way of doing things. And again, Steelers fans who have been chafing at the same old thing, you're about to get a big, fat, heavy dose of new. New set of eyes, new sensibility, new everything, including a quarterback. I'm telling you, man, Malik Willis. You want to go young? You want to go new? You want to go see what we got right here? That would be a guy I would look at.
He is set up to get paid.
I know. You bet.
In 2 months.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.